Yo guys, welcome back to the Uncle Sharma channel today. Got a special link-up episode today with Nigerian Scams, as you might know him from Twitter, host of the Shirtless Plantain show. He's a Man United fan, Premier League fan, but he covers all football leagues in this channel. Really fun episode. Hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe.
Yo everyone, excited for this episode. We've got a special guest today, a guy that I've been trying to get on the show for a long time. Good friend of mine from Twitter. He is Aaron One Biscama, as you might know him, or many other names that he goes by. Host of the Shirtless Plantain show, one of the most reckless shows on YouTube. Yeah, welcome, Aaron.
What's going on, man? How's everything going?
Yeah, I'm very good, man. Very excited to have you on. Just to, the main reason why I wanted to have you on is like discuss this weird like Inter Man United link that we have. He's a Man United fan, if you don't know, but he follows all the leagues. But I wanted him to come on to discuss this weird connection that we've got going on right now.
Yeah.
It's we've come through like a similar period, I think, Inter and Man United. Two massive clubs, massive fan bases. Obviously, Man United much bigger in terms of fan base, but still two massive clubs. But we've come through like a higgy, period where we've both been like, sad boy season for fans of both clubs. But it feels like we're both on like the rise. We're both on the up. Would you agree, Aaron?
Yeah, I mean, like the biggest thing for me is like, it's like we used to be good FC. That's literally what we used to be. Like the two clubs that only won trebles in both our countries. Inter's the only team that's won a treble in Italy, and that's the only team that's won one in England. So it's like we used to be really good, and we just fell off a cliff. And it's like now you're starting to see, you guys just literally just bought Sandro, right? Tonali, you guys just bought him.
It's not official.
It's not official, yeah. But like it's like you guys in talks with him. It's like you're finally starting to see the pieces come together. You're starting to see what Conte wants from his team. It's the same thing with United. It's like I know everyone doesn't like Oli, but like you can literally see like what he's trying to build with United. So yeah, we're both finally on like the up and up.
Yeah, it's weird. Like Conte's trying to build this pace and power Premier League type team in the
Serie A. Yeah, he's going full stereotype. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go full stereotype with it. Just that's it. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah.
Victor Moses, Ashley Young, Lukaku. Obviously you got Alexis Sanchez from Man United as well. Do you miss any of those guys?
Not in the slightest. Don't even miss a single one of them. I'm glad. I'm happy they're doing well, but I don't know. Like for me, I think Lukaku's a really good player. I just didn't think he fits what Oli wants to do, and you can see the difference between like Martial and like Lukaku, and like obviously he's always going to score goals. That's just what he does. But he just didn't do it for me. And Alexis was finished. Like I knew Alexis was finished. I have Arsenal friends, and like I was watching Alexis a lot more because they would tell me you could see how finished he is. I knew he was finished when like they signed him at when Arsenal had him. But then United, I got excited because you see the piano and everything. It's like, oh, maybe you might stick it to Arsenal. And he plays. It's like, this dude is finished. He's absolutely finished. So
yeah, he's even at Inter. He had a few good games, but his injuries, and then clearly Conte he's not going to get ahead of Lautaro Martinez in the team. So yeah. And
Lautaro's a really, really good player, man. That kid is insane.
Yeah, he's the future. Speaking of Lautaro, would he make the Man United team? I want to get like a comparison, like which Inter players would make the Man United team and vice versa.
I think Lautaro. I think he would make it. It just depends on like if we're going to play two strikers or not, because we usually play a 4-2-3-1. So I think Lautaro will make it. One of his center backs. I remember which one of his center backs. One of them would definitely make it.
We got Skriniar, Godin, and De Vrij.
Skriniar will make it for sure. Because like I mean like. I like Lindelof, but I just feel like Skriniar's he's a lot stronger than him. Skriniar would definitely make it. Right back, Aaron's all right back, so he's gonna stay there. Left back is left back is up and down because like you guys play with wing backs. So again, we got really young and he plays your left wing back, so I don't think so. But then our midfield now is actually really solid, which is weird because now Pogba's back. We have options, and Fred is really good now, and everyone else is really good. So it's just like. There are some players here and there that would like kind of, just depends on like the system that we play and things like that. So,
yeah. Well, for me, obviously Pogba would definitely make it.
Yeah.
Inter, that's exactly what we need right now. Our midfield's decent, but we haven't got those goals from midfield. So even Tonali, would be a good signing, but he's not going to bring in any like goal threat or assists. And that's what Pogba, he's like that little bit of magic right at the top.
Exactly. Yeah.
But then, like as you said, like your centre backs, like De Vrij is very underrated. I'm surprised he said Skriniar. I think he seems to be the more famous one, but De Vrij has been probably the best centre back in the Serie A this season. But yeah, I wouldn't take any of your centre back side of ours.
Yeah.
The fullbacks, yeah, that's our weakness.
Yeah.
even Luke Shaw might even make it because our left back situation is very bad right now. Ashley Young's come in and kind of improved it a little bit, but that's a bad situation. So I think Wan-Bissaka could make it into our starting 11.
He's like a classic Serie A defender though. Like he defends first and then attacks later. Like he's like real old school. Like you can't get past him. Like he's literally like he's tall as like 6'2", 6'3". Is like you can't get past him.
Yeah.
One player that like I love the most in United is Rashford. Like I love Marcus so much. Like I feel like he's finally starting to come into his own. You can see how much of a great player he's finally becoming. So
yeah. I think he's definitely like your Lautaro kind of, the ones that looking to the future. He's going to be hopefully there for a long time, and the fans.
Him and Greenwood.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Greenwood looks really good. He scored against us in that preseason friendly. I remember watching that match and I was like, oh, okay, he does look like the real deal.
Yeah, the kid is intense, and he just turned 18, which is crazy. Like I think one of the things about football is like you realize how young these players are and how young they start off. It's just like, how are they so young?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Especially, I think in England you get given a chance a lot early, especially Man United. They're a bit, they like to give the academy a chance, whereas Inter, in Italy in general, it's kind of very difficult for a youngster to break through.
Yeah,
we had a 17-year-old this year break through Esposito. He's quite highly rated, but he's only got one goal from a penalty that Lukaku gifted to him.
Yeah.
So yeah, his levels are. Yeah. Weirdly though, a player that's kind of become a meme recently, Jesse Lingard. What do you make of him? Because he's recently been linked to the Serie A because of his agent Mino Raiola.
Yeah, I like Lingard, but he's just frustrated. I feel like now Lingard's about to be 27, something like that. So it's just like at this point, just like I feel like he needs to move on. It's good for all parties if he moves on, but. Who knows? The break might the break that we've had might help him out. It's a lot of the time off, so we'll see how that goes. But Lingard is one of those players where, like, and I always say, like, it's like a Danny Welbeck for me. It's like when you grow up in the United Academy, you just know, and it's such a cliche to say, but you just know what it's like to play for United. And he's one of those players, like, he grew up in Manchester, so that's all he knows is United. It's literally like you take me and put me on United. Like, he's a fan, so he understands what it's like to be a United player. So you don't really want to let go of those sort of players because they're squad players. So.
Yeah, but at the same time, it kind of feels like, he's become a target for the fans now as well. Like, he's become
everyone, like, if you're not good enough, United fans are like, we always want a scapegoat. Like, that's the biggest thing, like, United fans, we always look for a scapegoat to blame everything. It's like, oh, this player's crap.
Lukaku was that last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, one of the many.
Yeah. But, weirdly, with Conte, with his... he's got these Kanye workout plans type, things where he gets people in shape. And I don't know, Jesse Lingard, I might get some stick for this from Inter fans, but I reckon under Conte in the 3-5-2, like he played for England at the World Cup, I think he could be all right.
Yeah, he's a technical player. I mean, I think he will survive in places like Italy because Lingard can run all day. And in Serie A, like, if you can run all day, you'll be fine. And Conte's like, that's all he wants. Like, just run and like just piss everybody off. And like Lingard's one of those players who like he just presses. So
yeah, and he's got like a little tough side to him. You think he's got a skinny player, but he's got obviously Premier League. You can't get away with being a weak player.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, well, we'll see if that actually happens with Mino Raiola. That guy, money making Mino.
Yeah.
Turned from he used to be a pizza guy, and now he's like one of the most successful football agent in the world.
It's insane. His story is insane. Like I've read Zlatan's book, and like it's like Zlatan would die for him. But it's just like every guy that signs with Mino, they want to die for Mino.
Yeah, once they sign with him, they never leave him.
Mm-hmm.
It's so clearly he does something good, but for most people, he's like a toxic figure.
Yeah,
but he gets the money. He gets the money for his boys and for himself.
Yeah, and that's the most important part. It's like, are you doing your job? And he absolutely does his job. So
he's like the Suge Knight character of
yeah. Literally Suge Knight. Like he went to Dortmund and flipped deaths with Mickey. So that was crazy. So yeah.
Actually, on Twitter the other day, I put up a little question that got like loads of responses, and it's a difficult question because you can't draw parallels from basketball to football.
Yeah.
I asked like, who do who people think is the Dennis Rodman of the footballing world. And what do you think to that? I know I'm catching you like in the cold, but
Nah, it's cool. I personally don't think there's an answer for that because I feel like if we ever had a Dennis Rodman type of football, they'll kick him out of football because Dennis Rodman literally like left. Like, could you imagine like you're in a Champions League semifinal, right? And like you leave after the game to go to like wrestling, to go to WWE, like they literally will kick you out. So it's like I literally don't think it's possible for any football player to do that because of how heavy the media is like scrutinized players. Like even if I could think of one, it's not even close because Rodman again was crazy in the 90s. Like you don't really tell someone like that's like imagine someone telling Sir Alex, I need a 48-hour break. And then, you know what? I'm not going to show up for the next couple of days. And then Eric Cantona to go pick you up. That's never would happen. So I don't think it's a good comparison. But like I can see why people ask the question, but I just can't see it. Like I literally cannot think of one player that does that. That could be like that.
so the closest I got, I agree, there is an impossible comparison, but the closest I got was Arturo Vidal.
Maybe Arturo, yeah. I think if you have to think all the way back, probably Romario.
Yeah,
If you have to go all the way back, Romario will probably be the only one because Romario, I mean, I remember he told Bobby Robson that he's leaving at halftime to go to Brazil, and he left. This is like that's one of the few players who could actually like talk his shit and like get away with it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Some people said Maradona, but obviously
Maradona's a good one.
Yeah, Maradona, you know, was a massive cokehead and party lover. But I chose Arturo because it's a similar kind of role because it's kind of like he's a midfielder who doesn't get maybe as much highlight as the strikers. He does the dirty work like Rodman used to do, and he's got the crazy hairstyles, the tattoos, and many off the field scandals.
Crashing his Ferrari.
Yeah. Man United, that Pogba Bruno link up coming soon. Are you excited? Because even me, I'm not really a big Man United fan, or I watch them here and there, but I'm excited about this Pogba Bruno link up.
That you don't understand. Like I lied to myself. Like I'm not even ready for football to come back, and then I saw a picture of Pogba and Bruno together. I was like, you know what, man, I'm all in again. I'm all the way in. I think we haven't had a good midfield since 2008. Like it's been a long, long time since we had a midfield. So like for me, it's like I'm looking at the opposite we have now. Like Fred is finally in good form. I really like McTominay now. Matic is finally like doing his job. So it's like I feel like if Matic can just do the dirty work, let Bruno and Pogba work their magic because they're really intelligent players. Like both of them are really intelligent. So you can finally see like Pogba's gonna have somebody in his wavelength, like brain wise and like technical wise that like he can play with. So I'm super excited. We played Mourinho first. Yeah, he's gonna be the most perfect time for us to come back. So yeah. I'm super excited about that. Yeah.
No, that's an exciting time for the Premier League in general. But moving from the Premier League to the league that I kind of watch the most, the Serie A. How much do you watch it? Like, how much do you watch it?
So I actually grew up in the 90s as a Serie A fan. I'm an R9 fan. Naturally, like, that's my favorite player of all time. In today's like Barcelona days, that's my favorite player ever is Ronaldo. So I grew up 90s watching, and I say all the time, for me, 90s Serie A is probably the most balanced league ever because you had like the top 10 teams have a like world-class player, each team. Like you had like Fiorentina had Batistuta on their team. It's just like and Rui Costa was at Fiorentina. It's just like these are teams that like mid-table teams with like world-class talent, like some of the best players ever. So I love the Serie A in the 90s, early 2000s, and it just fell off a cliff. Like I don't know what happened in Serie A, but I'm slowly watching now because obviously I had like certain players who are Nigerian that played like what's his name? I'm trying to think of his name again. Trusted plays for Udinese. So it's just like what teams like that, and it's always just nice to like watch more. I just love football in general. So it's like I take whatever I can get. Like I'm gonna go watch Dortmund play. Bayern Munich and Frankfurt play today. So it's like you watch as much football as possible. So I'm glad that Inter's finally giving Juventus competition because that's boring after a while. It's like you win 8 Scudettos. It's just like who cares, But I'm glad that you guys are finally starting to like get back. I really wish Milan was good again, but they have so many issues over there that like no one knows when Milan's ever gonna get good again. So it's just like at least Inter's finally coming back up. So.
Yeah, they're in like a permanent banter era. Like at least we've got out of it, but there is like just constant.
I mean, it was bad when Adidas kicked them out and they had to go to Puma. Like that's a constant Adidas team, and like, that's how bad it is that they had to go to Puma. It's just like like you guys are awful now. You guys are absolutely horrible. So
yeah, but I mean, I know I've seen like a lot of your tweets about Serie A. What are your thoughts on Serie A right now? Like as an outsider around.
Just make it great again, man. Like unlike Trump, but like really make Serie A like great again because it's like there's talented players there, and like I see what they're trying to do with like the foreign player allotment, like trying to get more players. But it's just like it's almost like it's inevitable for Juventus to win. But I'm glad like is coming back because now it's actual title race. So let's just hope that you guys actually win this year. Just get Juventus out of there. So
Yeah.
I just don't like the fact that Juventus bullies everybody. It's like, oh, I see your best player, let's take him away, and it's like, oh, we're gonna win the league now. So
yeah, it's that Bayern Munich type of movement. Like you just buying like every good player in the league and like eliminate competition.
That's 90s Man United. We used to do that too. We used to buy everybody's best players, and like that's what we did. Yeah,
that's the ultimate power move. But you see now the shift is changing. Like like players like Tonali, we're buying the best talent in the league. With talents that probably would go to Juve normally. We've got the money and the appeal now. Christian Eriksen, I think that's a good already a sign.
That's a really good signing. Yeah.
A player that he had other choices. I'm sure he had other choices to make, and he chose Inter. Diego Godin, after Atletico, I'm sure he had other choices. So we're starting. Yeah, we're getting there.
But it helps that you guys have really good manager too. Like I think Conte is one of the best in the world. So it's good that you guys have him. He's just crazy. Like whenever Conte wants to snap, he'll snap. So
yeah, he loves a good moan as well. Though he's never quite happy. He's very hard to satisfy. But what's your thoughts on the whole racism situation?
I mean, I just personally feel like the world is racist. Like especially as a black guy, I feel like, and I tell people all the time, no matter where we go in the world, there's always never going to be people that like black people. That's just, it is what it is. I just feel like sometimes in Serie A in Italy, it's almost like if they do a little bit too much, I think that they're more open with it. Like in a country like England's more subtle with it. They'll say in the papers. In Italy, they'll just throw banana at you and call it a day. In England, they'll just say, oh, he has an attitude problem. I feel like Serie A is more open with their racism. In England, they try to hide it behind their but in Italy, they have the most high profile cases. So that's really it. But I feel like in as much as we joke and call it racismo and things like that, I just feel like everyone is kind of it's shared everywhere. But it's just Italy's just more in your face. And that's all that we see.
Yeah. So. The thing that always comes to mind is that campaign they tried to do with the
monkey one?
The monkey, the monkey instead of the ball.
Yeah.
It's please.
It's tone deaf. It's tone deaf. I think it's a culture thing. It's at some point they don't have enough people to tell them what's wrong. They think what they're doing is right, but it's just tone deaf. It's you don't really have people that really are telling you this is not what you should do.
Yeah, I mean, if there's low representation of black executives in the UK and the US, imagine what it's like in Italian higher ups. There'll be nothing.
Non-existent.
Yeah, so there's a lot of ground to make up, but hopefully Italy starts to catch up soon. Because I think that's one of the main reasons why we're still behind. A lot of people have that stigma with Italy, especially I think people of color thinking that it's not a league that kind of welcomes that would welcome people like us. So that's pretty much it. What I had for today. I just want to make sure that Inter is your Italian team now. Can you confirm to the audience?
Can I confirm that? I would say I'm leaning towards them. Let's say I'm leaning towards them. We'll see where the rest of the Serie A goes. But I do want you guys to win the league this year. So you have my backing for that. I hope you guys do win this year.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was good to have you on, and
thank you for having me.
Tell everyone that make sure to follow you on Twitter or Vance, and also listen to the podcast Shirtless Plantain show on YouTube and on Spotify. It's very good. I listen and watch every week. Definitely recommend it.
Appreciate that, man.
Anything else that you want to plug?
That's it. Just the Shirtless Plantain show. We're just going to continue to bring more guests on and just have more fun. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everyone, for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you enjoyed the show. And, I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.
Peace.